What's up, boys? Coming here with the breakdown. Today we're breaking down Vegas 100. It's in the Apex. Magny versus Prates. Let's get into it. First fight up, Mullins versus Klaudia Sygula. This is a bantamweight bout. Mullins is 6-1, coming at -258. Sygula is also 6-1, coming at +210. Mullins, she's pretty tough. She's grindy. She tries to work in takedowns, and she throws with intent. I say Sygula, there isn't too much tape on her. She's a decent striker with decent output, but she's kind of unproven. It's hard to tell whether she'll be able to match up well against someone who's higher level. I don't know if Mullins is that high level. I feel like both these girls are pretty low level, but I'd say Mullins will be able to push it through with getting takedowns, pressing against the cage, and just trying to land the better shots. She is going to have probably less output, so I think that she definitely needs to tie up with her, work in takedowns, and get some ground and pound. The pick is Mullins, low confidence, and I think that this fight will go to decision with low-medium confidence. Next fight up, Tresean Gore versus Antonio Trocoli. This is a middleweight bout. Gore is 4-2, coming at -175. Trocoli is 12-4, coming at +145. Gore, he doesn't have too many fights, but he was an Ultimate Fighter. He has a 2-year layoff, which is a bit concerning. And I'd say he pressures, but he doesn't have too much output. And Trocoli, I'd say he's just such a nothing burger. He's fine with doing nothing, and he has no grit. He definitely has quit in him. I'd say he definitely has good advantages. He's really tall. I think he's 6'5" with an 80-inch reach advantage. He should be able to, stylistically, with the advantages he has, easily beat Gore, but I feel like he just doesn't have enough grit. He kind of looks shit in his last fight, and he just looks kind of shit in general. I'm going to be picking Gore, low-medium confidence. I think this will be going to decision with medium confidence. Next fight up, Cody Stamann versus Blackshear. This is a bantamweight bout. Stamann is 21-7, coming at +220. Blackshear is 14-7, coming at -270. I say Stamann, he's decent everywhere. He has decent boxing and he's got decent wrestling, but he can get taken down. I think that he definitely should keep this fight standing up, because if Blackshear is able to get the takedowns and impose his will, he definitely is a dangerous grappler and he looks for takedowns. The only worry is that he did just get knocked out 4 months ago and he got put out pretty bad. I'd say that Blackshear, he is pretty resilient. He is grindy. He keeps going for takedowns. And I'd say on the feet, he's pretty decent as well. I think that he definitely should be able to win this fight. There is some question marks just because he got knocked out so recently. But the pick is going to be Blackshear. Low-medium confidence and low-medium confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, Radtke versus Matthew Semelsberger. This is a welterweight bout. Radtke is 9-4, coming at -162. Semelsberger is 11-7, coming at +136. I'd say that Radtke, he's a technical striker who picks his shots. He can work in takedowns, but I'd say he's pretty patient. He lets the fight develop. I'd say that the only worry about that is his output isn't crazy high, but he can definitely, if he starts flowing and feeling himself, he definitely can rack up some numbers. Semelsberger, he's almost knocked down all of his opponents that he's faced. He brings it. I'd say the only worry is he can get taken down and controlled, and I feel like that's why I favor Radtke in this matchup. I think he's a more technical striker, but even if this fight goes to the scorecards, I think that the takedowns and just the better shot selection is going to win him this fight. The pick is going to be Radtke, low confidence, and I think that he'll actually knock him out just because both of these guys bang, and not crazy confident. Low confidence in this fight going finish, but I think that Radtke will knock him out in the second round. Next fight up, Elizeu Zaleski versus Scroggin. This is a welterweight bout. Zaleski is 24-8, coming at -850. Scroggin is 7-0, coming at +575. Zaleski, I'd say he's a tough UFC vet. He's getting older, but he definitely has power still. He's a striker who definitely can mix in takedowns. Scroggin, I'd say he overwhelms his opponents and he kind of just brings it, but I'd say he's very unproven. I don't think he's ready for the UFC just because his skill-wise, I feel like is just not there. He doesn't really put it together. He kind of just is more athletic, just stronger, and he's bullying his opponents. I don't think that he's going to be able to bully a dog like Zaleski. Zaleski definitely should be smoking him in this matchup, but I'd say that -850 is a bit rough. I am going to be pretty confident in Zaleski in this matchup. Medium-high confidence in the pick. I feel like Zaleski will probably just be able to do whatever he wants. I think that he can definitely big brother Scroggin here. I think that he'll actually find the knockout blow just because Scroggin, he's a bit too young in the sport. He's like 28, I believe, but I feel like he isn't developed as a fighter yet. I think that Zaleski will knock him out in the second round, but I have low confidence in this fight going finish. Next fight up, Cortavious Romious versus Gaston Bolanos. This is a bantamweight bout. Romious is 9-2, coming at -218. Bolanos is 7-4, coming at -180. Romious is a person who looks for takedowns, and he also looks for submissions. He's pretty good on the ground. He's fine with being on bottom, and I'd say he is too open on the feet, so if he doesn't work in takedowns, he definitely could be in trouble here. He is unproven. He did have 2 Dana White Contender Series fights. He got knocked out on one of them and then kind of scrambled and just had the better of his second opponent. And I'd say Bolanos, he's a decent striker. The worry is he can get taken down, and he's also unproven. He only has 2 fights in the UFC. 1 win, 1 loss, but I'd say that he isn't really anything special. And Romious, he kind of brings it. He'll keep moving forward, and he'll keep working for better positions. I think the person who wants it more is definitely Romious. So I'm going to be picking Romious. Low confidence just because he is unproven. I do think that this fight will go to decision with low-medium confidence, but I think it's a toss-up. Next fight up, Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Denise Gomes. It's a strawweight bout. Kowalkiewicz is 16-8, coming out +400. Gomes is 9-3, coming out -535. I would say Karolina, she's a UFC vet. Her best days are definitely past her, but she's a volume puncher who is technical. She can work in takedowns, but I feel like she's just going to be outmatched everywhere. Gomes is tough. She's powerful. She's young. She definitely has the grit. She can survive a heavy onslaught, and I feel like Karolina Kowalkiewicz can definitely not knock her out. I don't think that she'll be able to submit her. Gomes, I think that she definitely should beat her everywhere. She should be stronger than her. She's more youthful. She definitely is on the grind more. Kowalkiewicz is definitely on her way out, but I think that she's still decent, but Gomes is just going to be better than her. The pick is going to be Gomes, medium confidence, and I think that this fight will go to decision with low confidence. Next fight up, starting up the main card, Mansur Abdul-Malik versus Dusko Todorovic. This is a middleweight bout. Malik is 6-0, coming at -485. Todorovic is 12-4, coming out +370. I'd say Malik, he has an 80-inch reach. He's very powerful, but I'd say he doesn't have too much output. He hasn't been tested too much, hasn't faced anybody crazy high level. Dusko, he definitely has faced good opponents. He has decent output. I'd say he can get taken down, and Malik also can get in some takedowns. I feel like Malik, he's just going to be the stronger guy. He has a crazy reach advantage. He has a power advantage. Dusko definitely brings it. He definitely has a chance in this matchup, but I'd say Malik, I think the odds might be a little bit wide, but he definitely could just knock him out in the first round. It's going to be actually my prediction. Low-medium confidence in Malik, but medium confidence in this fight going finish, and the prediction is going to be Malik by first-round knockout. Next fight up, Luana Pinheiro versus Gillian Robertson. This is a strawweight bout. Pinheiro is 11-3, coming at +310. Robertson is 14-8, coming at -395. I'd say that Pinheiro is someone who throws heat. She doesn't have too much volume, and she can get tired late. Not really able to damage or hurt somebody with her heavy blows. She can get taken down. She can get controlled. Robertson, she's a dangerous grappler who looks for takedowns, and she always gets takedowns in her fights. I'd say she's just getting into her prime. I really like her in this matchup just because she's dangerous on the ground. She has really good submissions, and she can pretty much submit anybody that's outside the top 10. Pinheiro, she is someone who has decent power, but I think that Robertson will be able to get takedowns, work in submissions, and if not, just win a decision. I do think that Robertson is going to find the finish here. I think that she'll finish her by submission in the second round, but the pick is going to be Robertson, medium confidence, and low medium confidence in this fight going finish. Next fight up, Gerald Meerschaert versus Reinier de Ridder. This is a middleweight bout. Meerschaert is 37-17, coming at +260. Ridder is 17-2, coming at -325. Meerschaert, he definitely can sub anyone. He wants to fight on the ground. I'd say that he definitely has changed his game plan a little bit of getting the takedowns now. Before, he kind of let people take him down, keep the fight standing, and if somebody goes for a takedown, he'll just sub them. JM3, he's definitely live at any moment. He definitely can sub anyone. Ryder, on the other hand, he looks for takedowns, and he's great at submissions himself. He has a lot of submission wins. I'd say his striking isn't that good, but it's hard to tell exactly how good Ryder is just because he's been fighting outside the UFC. I feel like the way that Meerschaert loses is to people who have knockout power, but this definitely is a different matchup. Ryder will be looking for takedowns, and I think Meerschaert can be controlled, but this is definitely a low confidence one. I feel like Ryder, I'm thinking that he'll be able to get the win just because I think that he'll be able to stop the submissions of Meerschaert. Even though Meerschaert is tricky, I think that Ryder will be able to control on top or just win on the feet slightly, but it's hard to tell. Confidence level is low on Ryder and low confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, the co-main event, Ricky Turcios versus Bernardo Sopaj. This is a bantamweight bout. Ricky is 12-4, coming at plus 250. Sopaj is 11-3, coming at minus 310. Ricky, he's definitely tough. He has good scrambles and he's a wild card, but I'd say he definitely has a limited game. He doesn't have too much output. I'd say he has a limited game where he's just been a hit or miss fighter. He can show up with good output. He can show up with a wrestling game, but he also can't. Say Sopaj, he definitely brings the heat. He's unproven, but he works in takedowns and he kind of just has the intensity that can beat Ricky here. I'd say that he should be better than Ricky in most spots, but I'd say Sopaj is pretty small. He's just too unproven to be at minus 310. Turcios can definitely steal around or even win this fight. I wouldn't be surprised, but the pick is going to be Sopaj, low medium confidence and low confidence in this fight going decision. Next fight up, the main event, Neil Magny versus Carlos Prates. This is a welterweight bout. Magny is 29-12, coming at plus 550. Prates is 20-6, coming at minus 180. Magny, he's a UFC vet who's faced all the who's who. He can slow down the fight by clinching and keeping Prates against the fence, but I'd say that Prates is just going to be way too much for him. He has crazy technique. He's a killer. He's part of the fighting nerds who have been winning so much. They've been unstoppable recently. I feel like Prates is inevitably just going to find the knockout blow like he has been. He's been on like a 10-fight knockout streak. Magny, he is hard to finish, and he definitely hasn't been finished much, but I feel like Prates, he's that guy. He has that technique. The odds are just like kind of unbettable at this point, but medium high confidence in Prates, medium high confidence in this fight going finish. I think that Prates will knock him out in the second round. That's going to be my UFC Vegas 100 in the Apex Magny versus Prates breakdown. Thanks for watching.